Hello everybody, my name is stanthesand, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Just want to say this episode gets pretty intense, so just be warned, this episode is going to get a little intense, so anyways, we're back with Doki Doki Literature Club in the previous episode. What did we do in the previous episode? I don't know what we did in the previous episode, but we did the after school thing, and now we're going to the festival on Monday. So, let's just get right into it. I'll load up our game. It's the day of the festival, and also it's the day of the video ending. I'll see you guys next time. Just kidding. Okay. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. What does spacebar do? Amazing. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably should feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Well, what about the other two? But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great, too. Stam! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing her little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. I'm looking up right now. I'm not seeing any music. I'm not seeing a radio anywhere. I'm not hearing any music. They must be the ones she's prepared to have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Stam. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Oh, right. In every episode, I'm going to accidentally right-click and hide the box. Just look out for those moments. Did Sayori really tell her about that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I'll probably know a lot more than you think. On the encounter. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, don't you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I'll grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poem from the one they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's the one I haven't read before. Get out of my head. Oh, okay. Alright, this is gonna be a moment. Percent. Get out of my head. 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 My head. Get out of my head. Get out. Get out of. Get out of my head. Oh, there's more. Get out of my head before I do what now is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never finished. It never stops moving. Best Poem of the Year nominee. Counter. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Stam? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... counter. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. But don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after... iOS 12.4.9 is available. We installed later tonight. Sweet, I didn't even know they still supported my phone. I quickened my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, or at least help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her feel really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that what I want to give her. So basically, we're just let me freeze time real quick. So basically, we're literally just standing still on a hurry there. Okay, no, there literally just is no music. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up from her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something a boyfriend wouldn't do, isn't it? In any case. Oh no, that was just a car. I thought that was like a weird ambience. It just feels right. Outside Sayori's house, I knock on her door. Knock knock. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sit. Oh. Oh, okay. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh no. Is the game finally getting scary? Hey, wait. Wait. This is a Renpai crash. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh. 1/2. I'm gonna guess this is when the game gets scary. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air. She's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. I feel like this has happened before. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of worked out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, we would oversleep and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's gonna chase me after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the cloud crosswalk and let this person catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Yep, ordinary. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just by getting one on the average by spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it. Oh, whoa, wow. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't that any that interest me. Besides, most of them will probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Stam? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? I don't know. You know, I think I'm gonna start an counter. I guess that's one on the counter, right? Okay. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What'd you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand out the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I mean, there was an election. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? Sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's not really boring at all, you know? Literature can be quite annoying. Literature can be quite annoying. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. Oh, what just happened? What? How'd I get Okay, I click. So right-click hides the dialogue box. Good to know. I'll try not to do that ever again. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Stam. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Another one on the counter. I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Aw, awesome. You're really sweet, Stam, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. You seem to be a little... Do you need your medication? I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Maybe I already have an act counter. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyways, welcome to the club, Stam. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That's the first thing you think about? So you don't acknowledge the clear bugs this game has. It's been out for 3 years. Why don't they fix those? So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I am not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyways, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears hold on one second. I don't like how there's just an odd number of characters. Oh, 8. No, I'm gonna join. It's gonna make it 4. Even. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Stam in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you not to let me know in advance? I think advance is spelled wrong. Well, I'm not sure. Before you brought anyone new, I was gonna do, well, you know, sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just must have happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? I'm sorry I didn't explain this, but I kind of made up some character voices, like, on the spot. And then, like, the first thing that came to my head, Monica seems like that really lower pitched, or like that really low pitch. And Natsuki really seems at, like, a kind of higher pitch, and Yuri can see that, like, kind of, like, comforting type. I kind of hid my thought process there. I didn't really want to bore you with, like, what should I make? What character name should... Well, I need a voice. I didn't really want to bore you with that. Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Stam? The girls have a few desks arranged over a former table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you really didn't plan on coming here. But we'll make sure you feel alright at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more other people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess I'm on the counter. I was thinking about starting a counter, but I'm not really seeing that many. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh, well, speaking of that's another one. I'm probably not gonna make a counter for it, though. I need at least 5 more to make a counter. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Stam, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, on the counter. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have any good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels about deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind these is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and throw you for a loop? Anyway, I'm reading a lot of horror lately. Get it? Because this is a horror game. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I did expect you from that, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looks like you were working on a poem called Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems. I needed 4 more. Well, I guess I sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. On the counter. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. On the counter. Thought of it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Stam? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? 3 more. Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth, which has been on my mind for the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All 3 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. 2 more. The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Stam. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find 1 more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's all like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Stam? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Stam, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks. I guess I'm on the counter. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Stam, I look forward to seeing how you impress yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between these 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, sure thing. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. Ketchup. Oh, what's this? What's going on here? Skip this? What does auto do? Oh, well. Okay, vanilla, I guess. Electricity. Hi again, Stam. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, and everyone else started hanging out. You're doing okay there? Wait. I'm looking at the background here. It looks a little... Here, hold on, let me get a closer look here. Yeah, if you look really closely over here, you can see this background zooming in. Oh, it stopped. Okay. It seems a little higher pitched than... Oh, no, look, it's going again. Well, it's going a little higher pitched now. Thanks for keeping your promise, Stam. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Oh, oops, right, that hides it. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, Natsuki, are you doing okay? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't like how if you just plan to come here and hang out, or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hey, Monica, can you move? Can you move? I can't see the tag. Okay, I'm just gonna... Natsuki blank tainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the club room. You're on the front layer there. Natsuki finds herself stuck between, say, Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Stam. Well, I'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. Oh, I'm holding that button. Hey, look, the background's zooming in and it's rotating. It's weird. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Well, wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you really don't want to, and forget everything I said, I guess. On the counter. No, it's not like that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Speaking of pulling out a book, I need to pull out a safe file. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. That's a lie. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, you see the background will just reset. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Hearing Natsuki uttered an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? You guys are lucky I don't know how to censor things. You got lucky this time. Frickin' Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right place. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? On the counter? Sometimes. Manga is one of those options where you can't really admit let me try that again. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it unless you figure out what the other person stands. How'd you know, anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on one side of the shelf. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns into a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Oh, that's a long Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably one of the most irritating sights in the world. I know how that feel. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it on that glass. You can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. Hey, okay, crap, hold on. I didn't even say anything. It was a tone of your voice. I'll tell you one thing, Stam. Consider this a lesson straight from Don't Judge a Book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. On the counter, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in a colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Wah. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Wait, I was in the closet? She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. We're not sitting on the floor. We're standing in the front of the classroom. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. I can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? Oh, I think that's it. I think that's it for an counter. Alright, I'm gonna start an counter. It's gonna be a lot to take. It's gonna be a lot to keep track of. On the counter. I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Nah, I'm gonna stop the counter thing. It's just dragging out the exact same thing. hyphen. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I could feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about just a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? A little close there. I think you should back up. There's a virus going on, and it's not. Even though you're just watching me read, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince one of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could never get my friends to read this. They always think of mangas for kids. Can't even bring it up with one of them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch him in the face. Well, what's stopping you? I know those types of people. Oh, I definitely know those types of people. Real life. It's not always good. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. Same, I know that. I'm already kind of a loser, me too. So it's kind of gravitated towards the other losers over time. That's definitely not true. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the crap out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can't I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? Here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. A few dots you got there. Time passes. Well, no kidding. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, what was that? I like this remix here. Oh, I should probably get back into the game. Hey, Natsuki, you're a little off here. Are you okay? Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some type of protein bar. No, I don't think she's okay. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Stam. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. Yeah, so you're saying her eyes and mouth just become black squares that just kind of vibrate? So I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? I glance around the room. Oh, we're back, by the way. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It says everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can... Music's a little off. Come on, the game has been out for 3 years. You could have fixed these bugs by now. Well, I guess the game is free, so there really is no... Oh well. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. Yes, that's what I get for ended up forgetting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the Yes, language. Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Stam did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer. I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect that. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Sam liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Sam appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overall cutesy. Well, you know what? I was the one who... Oh, okay. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Rip. Come on. Be a little nicer there. See how you're insecure on others like that? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Who's... Edgy? Sorry, that... Okay. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate in middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by just dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on the edge here. Oh, my bad, you already do, you know? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the heck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let's stand here everything you really think. I'm sure I'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns to me and you just noticed I was standing here. Stam, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How? And stop. Continue. Eeny, meeny, randomize says so. There's a virus. You're on the front layer again. Hey, Stam, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. Probably go back inside when they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Stam, please don't hate me. Please, I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay for a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I am vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. You just walk through the window. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Stan. It will be just embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. I like the music, though. Okay. Determination. Parfait. Marriage. What's going on here? adventure, headphones, swimsuit, uncontrollable, pink, feather, treasure, boop, frightening, skipping, color, hop, cry, forgive, tears, and for our final one, after image. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've never gotten a little more confident here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Stan. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a bit. Yuri glances over his shoulders, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to a corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, happy that you consider it and apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it is, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Stan, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. It made me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. I'm really glad you joined this club. You also know what I need to join? New save file. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on my mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyways, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird. I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. They're still on trial that Hey, exactly. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyways? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? Wasn't where you play music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. Guess I've been practicing for a while. I guess I'm still not really good at it yet. Still, it must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song. It's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Stan. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm recording for 55 minutes so far. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. Not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us just talked about. Besides, Natsuki's already run off into the closet. Stan, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend the time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Oh, And a little weird here. First of all, what's with the font? And second of all, the game just kind of cut to black. It's weird. What's the story about, anyways? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyways, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. No, not the thing with the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yeah. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Stan? No, it's not that. Oh, oops. My mistake. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri isn't into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. It's just this kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyways. I have a feeling that you're not actually saying that, because there seems to be different font and large black border. Then suddenly, I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? You okay there? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to tell someone about that? Yes. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I pulled into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. This is something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as I can feel her presence over the shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over her. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk notes up against Yuri's and hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I then use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. We can see the front of the... Look at that computer. I was about to say, how is that monitor being powered, but then I looked down and I was like, oh, there's... I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding like that, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's sitting in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. And to turn the page on a new part of your life. Because I need to end this video here. Thanks all for watching this video. That closes it. Thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe, do all the other YouTube stuff you're supposed to do. And I'll see you